It's time for the Savvy Realtor Podcast. I'm Walter Storholt alongside Angie Cole, the owner and broker in charge of A. Cole Realty, serving you throughout the Triangle, teaching you about the ins and outs when it comes to buying or selling a home. You can find the team online by going to acolerealty.com. That's A-C-O-L-E realty.com, or by calling 919-578-3128. That's 919-578-3128. And now it's time for one of the top realtors in the Triangle, Angie Cole, and the Savvy Realtor Podcast. All right, I've got another listener question here. This one comes to us from Matt in Fayetteville. And Matt says, we've had 2 buyers back out in a row on buying our home. It's really frustrating. I feel like the agent we're working with isn't doing enough to head off these different problems. What does your team do for your sellers to make sure you're accepting offers from good buyers?
Matt, first of all, that's super unfortunate. You know what? But I can't say, and being real with you, I can't say that doesn't happen no matter whom the agent is that is representing you. You know, it's unfortunate. I had a client who this past week, they closed on their home and it was their 3rd buyer. And there was absolutely nothing that our team could have done differently, you know, throughout the process. We randomly had one buyer that just went MIA. And their agent went MIA. We had the 2nd buyer who the week of closing, their buyer backed out on them. And so then they had to back out on us. And then I guess 3rd time was really the charm and we got it closed. But if it's consistent that this is happening all the time with the agent that you're working with, well, then there's an issue, right? But sometimes, and you know, things are just completely out of our control as being your listing agent and representing you. But things that we can do up front. First of all, whenever we receive an offer, we always make sure there is a pre-qual or a proof of funds. We can always dig deeper. We can, you know, even reach out to the lender and just get the extra warm and fuzzy that these people are good to go. We can make sure that we have a good amount of due diligence money up front. Make sure that the buyer is putting a decent amount of money at risk. You know, there's just a couple of different things that we could always tweak and revise with the offer or with our counter to kind of make sure that the buyer is really serious. You know, on the other hand, though, I have another seller who we had multiple offers and their buyer backed out. It was such a sad situation. It was the buyer was going through some things, personal things with her father, so she had to back out. Everyone understood. But, you know, on the flip side, they had given so much good faith that actually, although we lost a buyer and we had to relist the home, which we got it back under contract again, my seller actually is coming out ahead. Even though she was still paying mortgage payments, she actually was able to recoup so much in due diligence and earnest money that actually, in the end, she's going to make more money net than if she would have actually closed with the first buyer. So, you know, it's not always the worst situation. You know, we definitely want the first contract to always go through, but every contract is differently. So, you know, we definitely do things to vet the buyer for our sellers up front. But you know what? Some things are just completely out of our control as well.
Yeah, it's a really good question, I think, to ask, Matt. And it can be tough. Frustrating is probably a pretty good word for that. But patience is the name of the game. And working with a real estate agent who's helping you navigate through those problems or helping you avoid them in the first place is always great. So if you feel like you're not getting fantastic service with your agent, or if you're looking for an agent to work with here in the area, you can always talk to Angie and the team. Again, that number to call to get in touch, or text her if you want, 919-538-6477 if you want to talk about buying or selling your next home, 919-538-6477. Matt, sorry you're going through that. Got a question here from Shelly over in Smithfield. Shelly says, we're selling soon. What is a good timeline to expect from listing to closing?
Yeah. So listing, as far as getting your home actually active and on the market, is completely on you. Okay. Our team, if you are ready to go, we can actually list your home and go live and on the market within, I would say, give us a week max. What that means is we would love to have our professional stager come through. We definitely want to get our professional photographer in there. And so that's a must before we then go active and on the market. So within a week, we can be live. But I know oftentimes it takes the seller longer to prepare their home. But once we are then active and on the market, then it's, okay, what does your particular neighborhood and area look like as far as how quick homes are selling, as far as days on the market? So best case scenario, say your home went under contract the very first day it was on the market. Then if you are under contract with a buyer who's obtaining financing, I would expect approximately 30 days, okay? So If you are rush, we'd have your home on the market within a week. There's 7 days. You get an offer the very first day. We then have a 30 days for closing for a loan. We're looking at 37 to 40 days until closing. Now, all of that can change once again because up front, I'm determining our active date based on you as far as you getting your home ready to go. And then what if also we go under contract and we get a cash offer immediately? Cash offers, we can get those closed in 7 to 10 days. Also, not every home sells the first day, right? Let's be realistic. So it really is determined as far as the average days on the market for your area, for your price point, that can really dictate. So I would say very, very, very quickest it could ever be, probably be 14 days. Because we have a cash buyer, we go under contract day one, and you have your home ready to go within a week of us going active.
Great question, Shelley. Really appreciate you sending that one in to us. And if you are thinking about selling your home in the near future, Angie, I know you've got that great tool that helps people find out how much their home is worth. Tell us how that works again.
Yeah, most definitely. So super cool tool that you can use from your smartphone. And so most people, they just want to get an idea of what their home is worth, because if they don't get what they need or want for their home, they're not interested in selling, right? So if you are thinking about selling your home and you want to get an idea of what your home is worth in today's market, you can just text the word listing to the phone number 555-888, and then we will send you a text. Make sure that you click the link and input your address. We definitely need your address in order to give you an idea of what your home is worth. So once again, thinking about selling and you want to get an idea of what your home is worth in today's market, just text the word listing to the phone number 555-888.
Again, all you have to do is send a simple text. Text the word listing to the number 555-888. Again, text the word listing to the number 555-888. And you can find out that potential home value right now. We've got one more question here from Elsa. Elsa is in Raleigh and says, how can I create a bidding war for my home in order to get the highest sales price?
Elsa, this can be really tough. So first of all, it depends on your price point and your location of your current home. You know, some homes you're not going to expect a bidding war, right? As we get higher price point, our pool of buyers will lessen. And so the likelihood of getting a multiple offer situation, of course, will decrease as well. So if you're hoping, though, to get a bidding war, it's all about, how does the home look, right? As far as curb appeal, when someone's walking in the door, making sure that the home shows well, it's staged properly to give that wow effect. But then the biggest and most important thing is to make sure that we are priced correctly. So it's all about pricing. We want to make sure, of course, we do not undervalue your home. But the biggest thing is we never want to overprice it. Overpricing a home in the long run can actually make you net less versus actually pricing your home correctly in the beginning. So we want to price your home properly, what's in line with the market, with recent comparables. And of course, our team can share those with you, because if you price a home right, you then have better luck of driving the most amount of traffic and getting more than one offer and then creating that bidding war.
You've been listening to the Savvy Realtor podcast. I'm Walter Storholt alongside Angie Cole. She's the owner and broker in charge of A. Cole Realty here in the Triangle. And if you have questions for Angie, we invite you to go online to acolerealty.com. Listen to past podcast episodes on the website, read the blog, and all the great information, including the option to find a home right there on the website. That's acolerealty.com. And you can also call Angie with your questions, 919-578-3128.